Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens finally had their big moment, so we'll see what's going on there, and if Jey Uso really is hiding something. Let's start things off with the latest updates to the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Uso storyline. SmackDown kicks off with Cody Rhodes once again trying to do his part to bring Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn back together. So he gets Kevin and Sami to come out and try to talk things out one last time. Sami Zayn tries telling Kevin Owens that this is the opportunity to do something magical and how they can be the ones to finally take down the Bloodline. Sami wanted them to put their differences to the side just to get this done, and it looks like Kevin Owens might have misunderstood Sami's comments. Kevin thought that Sami didn't want to be friends and just wanted to use Kevin as help to take down the Bloodline. So Kevin Owens says he's not going to help someone that doesn't even want to be his friend, and he once again turns down Sami's offer, hands the mic over to Cody Rhodes, and walks out of the ring. So Kevin Owens goes to leave the arena, but gets caught by Sami Zayn right before he's about to drive off. Sami Zayn corrects Kevin Owens and tells him he's got the entire thing all wrong. Sami tells Kevin that not only are they friends, but that they're brothers as well. But Sami's last words of reassurance to Kevin Owens didn't seem to work at all, and Kevin still ends up sitting in his car and driving away from Sami Zayn and the arena. Sami was then interviewed by Kayla Braxton and talked about how all the people he once called brothers were all leaving his side. He talked about Kevin Owens driving off on him and how Jey Uso is probably ready to attack him as well. So, two people he once considered to be brothers were now nowhere to be found. Sami did say that he was starting to believe that he was the problem, and how he all brought this up himself. So, he was willing to deal with it alone. So that brings us to Sami Zayn and Jey Uso's face-off, which was another great segment because of the two sides that were going up against each other here. Jey Uso's explanation for his own actions after Royal Rumble was that he was so embarrassed to show his face because Sami Zayn betrayed him and made him look like a fool in front of his family. Jey put himself on the line to defend Sami Zayn during the tribal court, and Sami went ahead and attacked Roman Reigns with a chair just a few days later at Royal Rumble. So that's Jey's reasoning for why he went missing on the Bloodline for a few weeks after Royal Rumble. He claims he was just so embarrassed for being betrayed and being wrong about Sami Zayn. But here's where Sami Zayn hits Jey Uso with a big counter that very well has a strong chance of being the actual truth. Sami implies that Jey Uso is lying. Sami had this to say in response to Jey's remarks about being betrayed and embarrassed. Quote, "You're not mad that I hit Roman Reigns with that steel chair. You're just mad that you didn't do it first." End quote. And this quote from Sami Zayn to Jey Uso can turn out to be the truth. That line right there by Sami Zayn was something that the fans were already mentioning, even right after Royal Rumble. That was one of the biggest fan theories back in January. That part of what made Jey Uso so angry and conflicted was that he had just witnessed Sami doing something that he should have done to Roman Reigns himself a very long time ago. That Jey was basically putting the blame for everything that happened with Roman and the Bloodline on himself, because he should have been the one to strike Roman with a chair years ago. And that's a good theory because it's true. If anyone had the power to stop Roman Reigns before all this madness really began, it was Jey Uso. If Jey Uso would have stayed defiant and stayed going against Roman Reigns, maybe Roman's power never would have reached the level that it did. Maybe Jey really could have neutralized Roman if he did what Sami did at Royal Rumble straight from the jump. But obviously, things didn't go down that way. Instead, Jey Uso laid down and made himself like a lapdog for Roman Reigns, making Roman's life easier and slowly giving Roman more and more power without even realizing it until it was too late. So yes, Roman Reigns did get majority of the credit for the Bloodline and everything related to them, but Jey Uso truly was like the main enabler. Jey really had the power to stop Roman, but he chose to let things be, and that's what got us all the way into this position. So, when you take a step back and view both Sami and Jey's comments about what happened, it does sound like what Jey is saying is a cover-up, while what Sami Zayn is saying is just closer to the truth. Jey seemed to be done with Roman Reigns, telling him to leave him alone and abandoning them for weeks. But the second Roman threatened Jey's brother Jimmy, Jey was back with the Bloodline 3 days after that threat was made by Roman. So like we said when Jey returned, and like Sami even alluded to here, Jey has to be up to a secret agenda or a secret plan that he's keeping to himself. He just has to. There's no way he's completely erasing his hatred for Roman Reigns. Forgets about what happened at Elimination Chamber between him and Roman, and forgets about everything else, and peacefully rejoins the Bloodline under Roman's leadership. There's just no way that's what happened. It appears that Jey was gonna stay away from the Bloodline, and maybe even consider Sami's plan. But the second Roman used that leverage over his head about Jimmy Uso, Roman forced Jey Uso to fall back in line in that matter. So Jey may be just trying to disguise and cover it up right now, but there's a real strong possibility that Jey still can't stand Roman Reigns and everything that he's done. But since Jey has had no hand to play right now, he's lying low and trying to make Roman think that he's truly back in line, until he thinks of a good plan to maybe catch Roman Reigns off guard, sort of like in the matter that Sami Zayn caught Roman off guard. That may be what's really going on here. Jey's words and intention to stand by his brothers, Jimmy and Solo, are true, but no way he's happy with Roman Reigns. Jey Uso really has become such a detailed and complex character. We know he's extremely conflicted and going through a lot in his head. So these are all things that just make him so intriguing to watch on screen as a character, because you're always wondering, what will he do next? But getting back to the segment, the Usos end up jumping and attacking Sami Zayn. But to everyone's surprise, Kevin Owens arrives on scene to help Sami Zayn balance out the odds against the Usos. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn end the show by hugging things out. And that also serves as a sign that Kevin has finally accepted Sami Zayn's offer to try and take down the Bloodline, starting with the undisputed tag team titles. So it looks like the long-time rumor is true. It will be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the undisputed tag team titles at WrestleMania. There's also been a big back and forth discussion amongst the fans on if this match, or Rhea versus Charlotte, will main event night 1. Now, recent reports appear to be leaning towards more Rhea versus Charlotte closing out night 1, but it's been back and forth over the last few days. So we'll have to see what match does end up headlining night 1 of WrestleMania after all. But what are your thoughts on the developments to the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn storyline? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.